if I remember correctly, it was my sophomore year of college. I was living downtown in Cooper Square, and I didn't have that early of a class the next day. So I said to my roommate, whose name I shall omit for legal purposes, do you want to play War, which is a game where you get a deck of cards, split it in half. 1, 2, 3, lay down your card. Whoever has the lower card is the loser. But the way that we were playing it that day was that I got a bottle of whiskey, and so the loser would take a shot. So 20-ish minutes go by and we had finished the entire bottle, and there was a show at school, so we said, why don't we go to this show? And I said, that sounds like a great idea. As far as conference goes. So we make it past the front desk. We bring a few roadies, which if you're not from the East Coast or just you're a good person, that's like an alcoholic beverage just to drink on the way to a place. So we had a few beers in our pockets that we were drinking. Inside the room where the show was taking place, there were these makeshift bleachers, I want to say, where all these uppity white moms and dads were sitting there with their pearls and their makeups and all the random stuff that they inject into their faces. And my friend, my roommate, decides that he's going to just climb up the back. So he climbs up the back while I'm nestled between George and Marie Stanford of such and such, people like that. And I'm just trying to keep my cool at this point because I can tell that whatever I had eaten or not eaten earlier in the day was in a battle. So he's climbing up behind me on the bleachers. It's making a tremendous amount of noise in this very dark, very quiet room where dancers and singers or whatever are pouring their heart or feet out or whatever they do to make it feel like a degree in dance. So soon a woman comes, and so she comes and grabs my roommate by the waist. So we hightail it out there. I don't recall the process of getting home because I get sleepy on subways, but we got home somehow. Bathroom. I fall asleep, cradling the porcelain like the child I am. 15 minutes later, there's this banging on our front door. Cool roommate goes and answers it. They say, we got a phone call from someone here. Apparently someone's very drunk, and so the RA and their respective muscle take me downstairs. They called an ambulance. I go into the ambulance, and so I kind of snap out of it at that point, and I say to the guy, I say, these people are nuts, they're crazy, they're trying to convince me I'm drunk, I'm fine, you can tell from the way I'm talking to you now, we're good. And he says, yeah, I'm on board with you, definitely don't need to go to the hospital or anything. I'm like, yes, finally someone's on my side. So he and I go back into the building, and so he says to her, he's like, you guys are wasting my time, honestly, calling me down here. This kid's fine, just send him to bed. So when I come back upstairs, 10 minutes later, more banging on the door. They returned, and I think they said that they were gonna search our room for, whatever. I had probably just on my drawers like 30 different bottles, and then like tons of beer in an illegal mini fridge so I'm freaking out, having a full-on panic meltdown, trying to, read my rights about searching my property, and they're not having it. So they come to my room, brush past, and they start opening cabinets, start opening drawers, where I have all of this nefarious paraphernalia. And to my surprise, there's not a single drop of liquor in the whole joint. And I'm like panicking, but it's kind of relieved, curious, confused. And I look at my roommate, and he's just got this something eating, four-letter word eating grin on his face. So they leave, more mad. Bad roommates go to bed, more mad. I ask the cool roommate what happened. He said, well, I figured they might do this. So he got everything in the apartment, put it in a trash bag, threw it down the garbage chute. And obviously, it worked for the best.